Welcome back to my podcast, the 4 a.m. Talks. I'm feeling absolutely wonderful to be back to this podcast. I'm your host, Manoj Velu, and you're listening to the 4 a.m. Talks podcast. So, today is the topic where I'm going to talk about something which is going to make you understand the importance of your dream. So you may ask me, what is that one thing that you wanted to talk about today? I'm going to reveal it to you in some time, but let me tell you a story which will lead up to that key component. Let's get right into it. Imagine John Carpenter. He wanted to become, one of the best storytellers of all time. He decides to open a YouTube channel. He opens the YouTube channel and he goes on and says and tells stories every single episode. He finishes 30 to 40 episodes and he is wondering why he's not able to go forward. He sits with his dad and he asks him a question. Dad, why am I not going further? His dad was curious and he was really interested in having a discussion with his son about this topic. So, what he did was he asked him a question. When you started this, what did you tell to yourself? John Carpenter said, I'm just gonna do 90 episodes and see how it goes. Alright, you said 90, but you have finished 40 now, and how do you feel? I feel excited. That is there. That is because your passion is already there. But what are you feeling right now? And he just thinks about it and he says, I feel comfortable, and that's a problem. So his father gave him the perfect answer. He asked him right question to make him understand that he is comfortable at the level he is playing. He said to himself that he's gonna do 90 episodes, but he is in a position where he's already past the level 1. Meaning level 1 is, let's say, for John Carpenter, it's just showing up, being consistent, not missing a single episode on whatever days he's about to release it, and all these things. So these are the level 1 things, and he is doing it already, and there is no kind of discomfort when he's doing this. He's enjoying it, but there should be a challenge. So if there is no challenge, that means you have already passed the level 1. Few people what led to this episode, and then he realized that his level, the game that he is playing to is not the same as the required. Meaning if you are in level 2 and if you're playing the level 1 game, you're not going any further. You would be stuck in the same level because you are not meeting the expectations or the requirement of that level. Let's take a simple example. Most of you watching this would have played video games. There is different levels, and as the level goes, the difficulty of the game also increases. Meaning you can't have that same strategy that you had for level 1 and expect it to work on level 2. Like, the basics are the same. I'm not saying you or telling you that the basics has to change. The basics is the same for everything. The fundamentals is the same. But what I'm trying to make you understand is you need to change your mindset and your level of work ethic, and the way the game has to be played for the level 2 should be in a much different way than the level 1. This is where most of them have failed to do that. They have not understood that they are playing level 2 but they are implementing level 1 strategy. That is not correct. See, for John Carpenter, he always thought, that he would just do 90 episodes and see how it goes. But he didn't understand that he already passed the level 1 that he was playing. That how did he find out? It is through his dad, but the most important part is he understood that there is no challenge in this level for him, because he always shows up. There's always consistency, 40 episodes without an episode being missed, and he's always there giving the content and addressing the audience. So the level 1 he has passed. Now it's up to level 2. What is level 2? Level 2 means putting in more work, understanding the concepts much better, and give in a more depth concept to make it simpler for the audience to understand, and that delivering it through a story is really important, and that is what he's going to do in the next level, and that is what he did, and eventually he became big. So you need to understand this concept very, this is a key element that you need to understand. You have to understand that you are playing this level 1 or level 2 or level 3 or whatever the levels that you are in, and you should ask yourself, is this still challenging me? If it's not challenging me, it means you have completed that level and you have gone one step further. So you need to take your game to another level and play that game. If you are just saying that I don't want to go, I'm just going to play this game and I'm going to be comfortable and safe, you're not going any further. You will be in the same level as you are before and currently, whatever you are in that position. So just understand, this is the most important concept that I had to bring in today, and I'm really happy that I've bought this, because you guys are really important for me to go back and reflect. Always, this is the most important thing. If you just keep doing it and if you're not reflecting back, there is no use. The simplest example could be, imagine you're working and you have this 9 to 5 job, or you're an entrepreneur, whatever it could be. If you're not looking at your salary expenses at the maybe let's say 2 months once, you may not understand why you're spending so much, or whatever it could be the reason. You could cut out few things, you would analyze, and you would get to know what is the exact thing that is causing me for this expenditure, and you would come up with various things that is unnecessary, and if you cut it down, you would be in a much better position. So this means that you need to reflect. If you're not reflecting back on whatever you have done, it's called a review system, where you review yourself and understand yourself better and go with a better strategy. That is what it means. So this also means that you need to review your level. If you're challenging yourself, and if this level is challenging you, you are in the right level and you are playing the right game, but you need to change a bit of your strategy to work. So once this level becomes comfortable, you should understand that you are going to another level and you have to change your strategy, your mindset, or whatever it needs, and you need to go one step further and do it if you want to go to another level. So this is what I really wanted to talk about in this podcast, in this episode. I really feel happy that I keep coming back and always trying to give the best possible story in a very simple way. The best is not the right word, the simplest of the stories, so that everyone who's watching this could understand, go back, reflect, and become better. So with that being said, if you're watching it on YouTube, there's a comment section below. You can comment on our progress. What do you really feel about our podcast? What are the things that we need to improve? And if there are any specific topics that you need us to bring from the next episodes, you could always do that by just commenting below in the comment section, and we would be happy to get back with the episodes that you always wanted. And if you're listening to the audio podcast streams, you can always go back to your Gmail and just drop an email to us. We would be happy to reflect back on that as well. Our Gmail ID is 4am talks podcast office @gmail.com. It will be there in the comment section as well. You could just drop an email. We would be happy to address it as well. So with that being said, I wish you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend ahead. I'll see you in the next episode next week. See you guys. Bye.